Hi, this is Moon with Unraveling the Matrix, and today I'd actually like to talk about the sun. Um, we've been told a lot of things about the sun throughout the years. If we stare at it, it's gonna burn our eyes, burn our retina, ruin our vision. We get told if it gives us cancer, things like that. I just want to say some observations that I've noticed. Um, Recently, well, for the past 2 years, off and on, I've been sun gazing. And when you, I've noticed some great results, and actually, I need to do it more because every time I do it, I feel more of a clarity. I haven't, I want to start to spend like 30 minutes at a time doing it, which uh, more spiritual people, gurus you hear will talk about doing it longer and longer. But even if I do it for a couple of seconds or minutes, um, I just I notice a difference, and I just feel connected with it. Like it's like a beautiful miracle. Like you stare at it, to me, it turns into like this disc looking. Um, you can see like you've heard about the sun disk in different cultures. Um, I can also see lines tracing around it and just different colors. Sometimes it will appear differently, um, but it's usually a beautiful white disc. And there's like uh, either white or gold light coming out of it when on days that I can see the sun, that it's not covered up. Um, I also notice sometimes like different colored traces around it. Uh, when I was a kid, I was raised Catholic. My family's Catholic. Most of my family, I grew up Catholic. I went to Catholic schools. Um, I kind of have my own belief system. I don't. I really do believe it's like what's in our hearts and what we choose to believe. That's where the power is. Um, I'm not. This video is not about that right now. I could go off on a tangent. But this is about the sun. Um, And so when I was a kid, it was in the 80s. I would say I was around 9 years old. I want to say it was like 84, 85. There was this big thing. It was on the news and stuff like that. It was about Medjugorje, and there were supposed to be apparitions of the Blessed Mother there. And there was this thing called the Miracle of the Sun, where people that would go to on a pilgrimage to that area could see the Miracle of the Sun. There was also like rosaries and I think different jewelry turning uh from different colors, like from silver to gold, or mainly things to gold. And I actually had two rosaries. Well, my grandmother went to it. My grandmother went to Medjugorje, and my rosaries that she brought there to get blessed, she brought back, and they did turn gold. It was really weird. I just lost my light. So I noticed that happened. Okay. Um, Fast forward decades later, I am like I get involved in my life, and I start to look for answers, search for spiritual answers, practical answers, spiritual answers, any kind of answers. But anyway, um, I started looking into the sun gazing again, and watching. There's lots actually YouTubers that I respect, their opinions, and listen to what they have to say a lot in their channels. About sun gazing. Lots of great information on YouTube about sun gazing, how to start sun gazing. Anyway, yeah, I started doing it, and I noticed that it looked a lot similar to the miracle, what they called the miracle of the sun. Um, it kind of looked like that to me. It was just amazing. I saw the traces. I saw um it looks like this beautiful white disc. Sometimes it's just like light coming out, and it does, it gives you like this clarity, and it gives you this energy, especially if it's like full force without any without clouds obstructing it. at certain times during the day. And I mean, you do have to build up. It's better if you start early in the morning, or for me, I'm a night person, so the evening, the dusk is how I started sun gazing, and then you get to where you can just do it in the middle of the day and just stare at it and just let your eyes adjust. And you can go into this, you can look at it, you can go into a trance, and you can just see beautiful stuff coming from it, like just this divine knowledge. And you have to think about it. I mean, some people watching this might think I'm crazy, but it powers our planet, it powers everything. That's the trees, they photosynthesize the plants, um and then we'll eat the plants, the animals. If you eat meat, then after that the animals eat the plants, and everything is powered by the sun. Also, I notice I get energy and I feel better when I do the times I do sunbathe. I think the big deception with the sunbathing is, and I've noticed this. I actually used to be a lifeguard when I was younger, and like later on, I had to get some dark moles cut out of my back or whatever, because they try to say it was because of the sun, but actually, I used to like slather on this uh sunscreen with tons of parabens in it, tons of other unnatural uh synthetic substances, stuff that's plastics made out of. List goes on and on. I used to slather that stuff on all the time, and a lot of health well, especially holistic health professionals, um they believe that it's actually the chemicals that we were putting on our skin and not the sun. And I definitely think we need to use our heads with this. And if you read the ingredients on a lot of these sunscreens, it you can look them up, and they're toxins for your skin. So what I started doing was, putting the coconut oil and letting that soak in, or even olive oil, other oils can protect your skin. Uh, and I ease into it if, I haven't been out in the sun all year and I have to go out for a whole day all of a sudden, which is a big thing that working people are programmed to do, is never go out in the sun. Then all of a sudden for their vacation, just go out in the sun, and then they get burnt, and they wonder why. But, I try to ease into it. And then if I need extra protection, I'll wear a t-shirt or a hat, um, until, I build up more resistance to it. But if anything, the sun gives me energy. It makes my skin better. It's been making my eyesight better, believe it or not. Like, my eyesight gets worse when I'm looking at the phone or looking at the computer too much. I notice, oh crap, I'm getting, things are getting blurry and I'm seeing more halos and things like that. But then, like, if I look at the sun and I do the sun gazing, my eyes have been getting better. It's like a healing thing. So, I don't know. I think, I think that there's more to the sun than what we've been told. And I think that, the more I do it, the better I feel. The more I get to exposure from the sunlight, the more I can sun gaze. And even if it's hazy, day and I can see the sun, it's okay. It feels good. But if I can really see the sun, if it's in its full glory, uh, it's really amazing. And you can just really feel the energy, and you can feel the, the clarity and the support of it, and then the nourishment of it. So anyway, what I'm trying to say about the sun, and it's actually just the beginning of some things that I'm going to talk about, is definitely try to sun gaze. Also, moon gazing and stargazing. Amazing. You just take the time to spend with nature, to look for answers in your life, to connect. You connect with your true purpose, with your spiritual nurturers, your spiritual divine mother and father. That way, I can't really explain it. That's the way for me to put into the terms of our physicality. Um, but it is just something so important and truly, uh, one of the truly beautiful things that we can still count on that's there. And I do feel like our sun is being covered up and things like that's a whole nother video that we can talk about. But, there are times that it shines through, and we just need to be grateful for those times, and take advantage of it as much as possible. Get some sun, especially those that are trapped in a work environment, or school environment, or just where they have to spend many hours a day in fluorescent lights, or they're just not getting out too much. Kids are playing video games too much, or adults that are playing video games too much, or whatever. Get out and try to sun gaze. Get some sun. Get some natural vitamin D. Don't be afraid of it. It's. I think it's there to heal. It's there to heal us. It's not. It's part of us. It's not. That's not what's hurting us. I think us turning away from nature so much and not really getting to know it and our intuition, I think that's what's been breaking down our defenses a little more, or that's what's been keeping us from our purpose, or finding our purpose. So anyway, I hope this video helps. I hope to find other people that like to maybe question the nature of reality, question the official stories that we've been told, because I definitely see some things in it that are strange, that I have questions about, and I'll say that. I don't give a shit if people think I'm crazy or whatever. Most of the information we get, including especially our schools, I went indoctrinated schools. I mean, it's coming from a single source. They get to pick the scientists they use, the information, what they tell us. I mean, it's not that many people. I used to think, oh man, how could scientists, historians, just everything they tell us, how could it be wrong? There's so many people involved, but really, when you get up to a higher level, or if you get up to who's making the money, who's controlling the money, who's paying the bills, who monitors the information that goes into our schools, through our television, what we're told, it gets into a smaller group of people, and it gets into the hands. I mean, if you go up the ladder, it gets into the hands of just a few men, women, reptilians, whatever the hell they are. It's a few, powerful in our matrix environment group of people that are filtering this information to us. So I think, it's okay to question stuff. I mean, whether or not what they tell us is true or not, or has been fact-based, or not, we need to figure out our own truth and figure out, what the hell is going on, because I definitely think we've been deceived, and set astray, more than I'd like to admit. It's once you start to realize it, it's pretty overwhelming. But I always felt out of place. I mean, I remember seeing the news when I was a kid, like when I was really young, like when I first saw it, and I asked my parents, like, "What is this? This is weird. Don't turn this on. Like, this is like," it felt like it was something alien to me, like it was like just a distraction or something. That was my instinct as a child. And honestly, I think it's still I mean, I've had times in my life where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, be involved in what's going on and try to figure it, like, listen to the news and debate with people about things but the older I get, the more I see it's upsetting, and I can see how a lot of it is like sensationalized. And being in production, I have a production background. I can see when things are produced. I can tell when things are embellished, and I can see that they do that, and they have these characters on there, like from politics to celebrities. Like, I don't know. I can kind of tell when I'm being bullshitted a lot easier than I used to. So, gonna make some more videos, specific videos about things like that. But today I wanted to talk about the sun and sun gazing, and it's amazing. You should do it. It's one of the things I've found that's been helping me, and I'm just trying to decide. I'm going through a lot of things, testing a lot of like supplements and vitamins, different foods. I'm still on my journey. I'm still trying to figure out what's right for me. You know, um, my true purpose, everything. I'm still trying to figure that out. So maybe I can find some like-minded souls, or people with advice, even if it's contradictory to what I'm saying, or people can elaborate more on some of my observations. I would love that. Um, yeah, let me know. This is Unraveling the Matrix with Moon, and if you'd like to see more, and like and subscribe, and I definitely appreciate your support and you watching the video.